First of all, it's an honor to be here. Thank you so much, L'Akhawain Alumni Association. Thank you, Hamza, Afaf, Sarah. Your work is very inspiring. And I'll be speaking about women, peace and security. And I always speak about this topic. And most of the time, when I want to speak about women and peace and security, I start with UN Security Council Resolution 1325, which addresses countries to, which calls to address the impact of war and conflict on women and girls. And of course, the role of women in peace efforts, whether peace negotiations, peace talks, or peacekeeping missions, or of course, post-conflict efforts. But then when I was asked, to give a talk today, I was like, I should share my story, so we don't want to hear about UN resolutions. And so therefore, this is kind of a story. And for that reason, I went to look at my photos, when I was in the field. And I take you here to 2014. It was in Mali. It was just right after the French military intervention, which transitioned to a counterterrorism operation called Operation Barkhane. I was sent there with an international organization, I would not say the name, so with the very highly respected international organization as a consultant to work on countering violent extremism. And yes, it was not in the capital. This is the airport of Timbuktu, and these are some photos of Timbuktu of northern Mali. And of course, at that time, if you can see like something here, which really attracted me, and you will see in other photos, is the smile. And I want to share here, all my photos here are with a big smile. So I was really happy. I was something which I realized that even being in insecure, tough environment with like many risks, we speak about kidnapping, we speak about bombs, and working on sensitive topics, but still the photos really showed some happiness. Why? I loved what I did. I believed in my work, and I just had some hope. This is one thing. The second thing is what made me really happy is the human relationship, the connection I built with the people of northern Mali and then Niger and then Nigeria, Cameroon, Chad, West Africa, is the relationship I built with the people. The imams, I hid the faces. The imams, the imams of the Timbuktu mosques, the imam of the Gao mosque, they welcomed me, they advised me, they opened their houses, they shared tea, food with me, everything. So, and I think I felt part of really the people, part of the community. And at that time, I realized that, it's not about hard security. So, and with reflection after many years, I call it the people, the centered approach to security, the community-centered approach to security, to the human-centered approach to security. I'm not the military. I was not trained as a military, but I was working, by the way, surrounded by the military. But I had a different approach. And here I see a great added value that women can bring to the field of security. Sometimes I meet leaders in security, they say, oh, it's the right thing to include women. I say, no, it's the smart thing to include women in security. Yeah, but some agree, some disagree. But again, it is about dialogue. It is about openness. It's about tolerance. It's about non-judgment. It's about understanding each other and creating a space for dialogue. And these were the guiding principles of my work, in addition to ethics, which are very important. Where Well, we learned this, of course, with our families. We learned this at our university, at Al Akhawain. It's about the values. It's about liberal arts. I was in international studies. It's about tolerance. It's about going with an open heart. It is about the engagement with the context, the engagement with local dynamics, no judgment. You work with people who took arms one day, yes, but still, you work with them as an individual. But still, you keep in mind that, of course, one day they broke the law. So again, the second point, in addition to the values, is ethics. Ethics are key cornerstone in my work. When I mean ethics, I'm talking about confidentiality, anonymity, respecting the human dignity of the individual you are working with or the community you are working with. You don't go with a superior level. No, you go with humility. You are there to understand them, to learn from them. You need them. So you don't go, sometimes, you go with a superior attitude and of course they will reject you. And also, sometimes because there were some areas, the red zones, we had to go with military escort. For me, I tell them, I'm failing this mission. Why? Because when you go with the military, you always create this distance. I better go as a civilian and, of course, dressed like them. I used same transportation, it's pirogue. I ate the same food. Yes, I describe this now today. It looks nice. It's not easy, of course. It's very challenging. Of course, you get malaria 8 times, infections, your fertility goes very down. There are so many risks. Yes, but at the same time, there is this passionate love, which is really driving, and the belief that you can make an impact. Plus the human relationship that you have with. So these are some, these are just some images from the field, which really just shows the smile and the happiness. And that was in the middle of the war. And here again, the same category in Nigeria. So same here. It's true, there is a military behind, but still we are there, women at the front side, and we are smiling. This is a work partner. So today, it's true, I'm a mother. So I started working in Morocco, and I'm honored to be able to contribute to my country. And of course, I work on rehabilitation and reintegration of women whose husbands are involved in terrorism cases, including women who returned from Syria and Iraq. Again, same thing, nothing has changed. 2 guiding principles, the values and the ethics. When you show respect, they give you respect back, you build trust, and you are able at the end of the day to make an impact. My journey has been about making an impact. So thank you so much and for this opportunity to share my story. And I hope I was not ثقيلة على قلبكم. Thank you.